Welcome inside the Pontchartrain Center for a lightweight preliminary fight on the card tonight. Laverne Clark made his UFC debut here in New Orleans in battle in the Bayou. Another alternate fighter that night was Frank Caracci. Frank was disappointed. He did not get his chance to show his stuff that evening. He'll have the opportunity here tonight. Frank Caracci, 28 years old, born in and fighting out of New Orleans Parish, 5'6", 167 pounds, a police officer. Right here in his backyard of Kenner Parish in Louisiana. Jiu-Jitsu specialist, Japanese trained.
Caracci favors submissions. He really likes working on the ground. That's where he wants to take the fight. So he's going to need a takedown here against Laverne Clark to really operate in what he's comfortable with.
He has black belts in Jiu-Jitsu, karate, and Taekwondo. Started his training at 12 years old after having been inspired by martial arts movies. As he discusses the rules this evening, as you mentioned, he favors the submissions. He has not suffered a loss in 3 years. Frank Caracci, a lightweight from right here in New Orleans, will have the hometown crowd on his side. So may Laverne Clark, though, just because of the way that he entered the octagon about 1 year ago. He calls his style ultimate fighting. Works within the camp of superstar lightweight Patton Miletich. Mark Hansen in his corner tonight. There's Miletich behind him. What an impressive debut Clark had. They call him Fists of Fury. And he was all over Jiu-Jitsu stylist Josh Stewart in the alternate match back in Battle of the Bayou.
And Clark is a puncher. Big KO power, nice long reach, and he was a wrestler earlier in his career, so he's probably going to have some good defense when it comes to stopping takedowns. So really a dramatic style clash here. Striker versus the grappler.
That is what this was based on years ago. An amateur boxing record of 62-6, and on the tail of the tape you will see the size and reach advantage once again enjoyed by Laverne Clark, especially with Clark being 5'11" and Caracci being just 5'6" tonight. The boxer against the jiu-jitsu expert. They both weigh in as lightweights under 170 pounds. For the official introductions of our fighters this evening, we check in with the veteran voice of the Octagon. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Our first fight of the evening is a preliminary event, beginning with the fighter standing to my left. He is a black belt in the arts of Jiu-Jitsu, Karate, and Taekwondo. He has a mixed martial arts record of 3-0, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighing in at 167 pounds. Fighting out of New Orleans, Louisiana, and making his octagon debut, please welcome Frank Caracci. And his opponent, standing to my right, he is a freestyle fighter and former Golden Gloves champion with an amateur boxing record of 62-6 and a mixed martial arts record of 4-2. He is a veteran of UFC 16, standing 5 feet 11 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds. He comes to us from Davenport, Iowa. Please welcome Laverne "The Rock" Clark. And our referee for this bout is Tony Molinax.
Tony Molinax, our alternate referee this evening for Big John McCarthy, ready to get this preliminary fight underway.
You ready?
The Rock, Fists of Fury, Laverne Clark, taking on Frank Caracci, and here we go. Clark can throw them. We saw it in the first fight.
Caracci's probably just going to wait and see if Clark extends himself to try to go underneath. Certainly he doesn't want to stay within punching range.
Caracci going for the shoot.
And great defense by Laverne Clark. Again, nice hips. Able really to take Caracci and throw him away. Picks him up, puts him down, and a big right hand.
And this is what he was able to do to Josh Stewart last time. Start hammering and throwing the big shots. Caracci is in trouble early. Clark striking from inside Caracci's guard. Caracci cut above the right eye.
Doing a better job now keeping him tight. He's going to force Clark now to play more of a jiu-jitsu game here and pry himself free. And while he's prying himself free, Caracci should be transitioning, looking for some submissions, maybe a reversal.
Clark really brings those big arms out and through. He has to be careful though, doesn't he, Jeff?
Yes, he does. But again, he's in a camp in which he sees a lot of this. He trains at it. It's been a year, so certainly he has prepared himself, gained more skill. And he's got a welt. Caracci's got a welt above his left eye now.
It is the left eye, yes. As Laverne Clark, the Fists of Fury, in a much better guard here than he was in the matchup that was stopped at 115 against Josh Stewart, right in this building.
Little elbow there by Laverne Clark. Both men have each other's hands tied up.
And Laverne trying to pass the guard there, unsuccessful. Caracci trying to catch his breath. Clark with a wrestling background, as was mentioned earlier.
That became evident there on that initial takedown. Clark just hip down and sprawled, as we say in wrestling, and really tossed Caracci right away from him. And since that point, he's landed some real serious right hands. But now it seems to have settled more into a guard against a good striker who's having a little bit of a problem now getting some room, but here he's getting himself upright.
He delivers a couple more shots to Frank Caracci. That one hurt him a bit.
Caracci did a good enough job, though, to block them so they weren't full power. But it doesn't seem as though Caracci can find any kind of submission skill on Laverne Clark, and Clark just keeps coming, keeps building up some vertical height so he has room to punch down.
Gotta watch the arms.
And that's exactly what Caracci was looking for. And now he might go for a leg lock. Looking for a knee bar here if he can find room, but he's run out of room against the fence.
Oh, and Clark delivered another big right. Laverne Clark going for the knockout. Caracci against the fence, and another shot. Clark continuing to go after Frank Caracci, and it's over.
No, it's not. He's got a blood problem. He's got a blood problem.
Tony Mullinax stepping in. Great call, partner.
Laverne Clark's glove was coming off, and Tony Mullinax, one of our new referees here in the octagon, certainly a veteran of many mixed martial arts contests out of Atlanta, Georgia, doing a good job of stepping in, making sure that the glove now will not come off the hand or provide an edge, an abrasive edge that could hurt Caracci.
Caracci won a tournament in the IFC in 1996 in Mobile, Alabama. When he was asked what his fellow officers think of him competing in this sport, he said they think it's totally wild. They like seeing the techniques in action when we have an uncooperative prisoner we're trying to arrest. Caracci is down big time on points here. What does he have to do to change the strategy, and so far how this match is going?
At this point in time, Laverne Clark is dominating this fight. He's just such a powerful striker and tough to take off his feet that Caracci is going to be forced to stay up on his feet. Here, the initial takedown by Caracci, initially in good position, but look at Clark sprawl, bring him back up to his feet, and literally right here off the knee just dumps him. And once he got him down here, he knew what to do. Started delivering big blows. Led to a cut above Caracci's left eye. Bit of a welt, but Caracci battled back, was able to stymie that initial surge, and was starting to hold his own, but doesn't appear that he has any offense that can threaten Laverne Clark to this point.
The clock restarts at 5:27. And here's 12 minutes.
Good
the time period here. Clark looking to do the same thing. Laverne Clark delivering another shot.
Another armbar attempt here. Another armbar attempt. Needs to straighten himself out.
Laverne 3 to the other side of Frank Caracci's skull.
Left knee across the belly. Left knee across the belly. Work for the mount.
Does seem that Laverne Clark may be limited. Full mount now by Clark. Does seem, though, that Clark was the striker. He's in a very dominant jiu-jitsu position here. Look for him maybe, if he knows some submission skills, to go after one of Caracci's arms, or maybe use that gi and try to choke him with it.
Well, certainly boxing and wrestling are his strengths. He has learned a lot about submissions from Miletich and Hansen. And he is pummeling the left eye of Frank Caracci.
Caracci really does need to move in the bottom. He can't just sit and hold. He needs to be offensive and squirm, force Clark to move with him so that he never has a chance to set up to throw a punch. Caracci right now tries to hang on statically, and as Laverne Clark comes up and now just throws him up against the fence so he can't move, he'll now start punching again.
Caracci showing great guts and wherewithal to last this long. Clark again with a couple of fists.
That's delivering tap.
And there's the tap. It is over. Laverne Clark, fists of fury. The Rock, victorious again here in New Orleans.
Laverne Clark was the striker, and that's what he came out and did. He used his big punching power once he had an opportunity in the top position to put away Frank Caracci. Caracci fought gallantly, but really that power punching of Clark.
Nice shot.
Two similar fighters in Josh Stewart and Frank Caracci, smaller guys which could not handle the reach of big Laverne.
And really could not provide a guard to keep punches like that big right hand from Laverne Clark from getting in there. Here a better position looking for an arm bar, but Clark drove him up against the fence, bounced him around a few times, and as soon as he bounced, he punched. And at this point, Frank Caracci had had enough and he tapped out. Tony Mullinax, referee, all over that.
Now another impressive night for Laverne Clark as he displayed another victory inside the octagon to up his mixed martial arts record to 5-2. For the official word on the victory, here's Bruce Buffer.
We have a winner by submission at 6 minutes, 59 seconds. For the winner, Laverne, the Rock Clark.
2-0 in the octagon. Laverne Clark from Davenport, Iowa. All over Frank Caracci, who showed great guts and stamina in holding it that long as he was on the bad side of the Rock, Laverne Clark.